So we're building up to the 2025 elections in Anambra State. The gubernatorial elections is due in a few months, and the campaigns are going to be underway pretty soon. But of course, the numbers really sometimes don't really add up. Well, we'll speak to somebody who has a knowledge of what's going on in Anambra State and what would most likely happen. We have live via the phone this morning. Alex Emeka EJINDU is a public affairs analyst. Is going to give us an insight into these developments. Good to have you, Alex. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, and good morning, everybody.
Good morning to you, Alex. How are you? How is Anambra this morning?
We're fine. Anambra is cool.
Okay, pretty interesting. I mean, it's 8:33, and I would assume that it's breakfast time for most people in Anambra. And what is the atmosphere like? I mean, it's a Monday, I understand, but of course, there's always this Monday sit at home that it hangs in the air almost every other day. But I'm just wondering, what does it look like in Anambra on a typical Monday morning?
Sincerely, there's no serious business activity in Anambra, especially in major cities. Sincerely, the truth is that people observe the sit at home here. People observe it, but in rural areas there may be around 50-60% skeletal business activities. But in major cities, on the chalk and on both the other places, sincerely there are no serious activities as usual in Anambra.
But why is that, though? I thought that Sukuma Soludo apparently some time ago added that to his wonderful achievement to have dismantled the menace of Monday sit at home.
He made a serious effort to stop it, and people fear of being molested made people not to comply completely. Schools are forced to resume activities on Mondays, but most parents do not allow their children to go out on Mondays.
But let me ask you this.
Activities like when there is no serious security check, the market leaders will not open, because if you disobey the stay-at-home rule and open, the consequences will be borne by you and your executive. So we have had stories of market leaders being killed in one way or the other because of disobeying this. So generally, people would like to sit at home to stop, so that the business activities and the disruption of the economy will stop. But unfortunately, because these things security measures are not adequately put in place, compliance seemed impossible and difficult.
Right. But I thought some time ago, Anambra State implemented this policy of having schools on Saturday and then having Sunday and Monday to be the weekend. Why didn't that work?
Saturdays are the only time children help their parents at home. So many schools tried that and it worked for some. There are schools that are doing that on Saturdays, having the school activities on Saturday. But there are some that are not been able to do that. As a matter of fact, my daughter, who is in Anglican Girls down here in Lake Road, Obotia, they were mandated to begin Monday school attendance. But She tried one day, she tried the first day, the next time she tried, and the other time the mother, fear of being molested on the road, made a lot of them not to continue. I don't think that is still working.
So as it stands, that didn't work very properly across board, even though some schools have implemented it. So they use Sunday and Monday as the weekend, and then Tuesday is the beginning of the work week through to Saturday.
Yes, exactly. That's what is happening here. But that Saturday, the compliance, less than 40% schools are going to school on Saturdays. Less than 40%.
Okay, I mean, every hand is pointing towards the incarceration of Anambra Kanu. Do you really think that if he is released, that all of these things would end?
Sorry?
A lot of hands are pointing towards the incarceration of Anambra Kanu as the reasons for this continuous sit at home of people on Mondays. Do you really think that if Kanu is released today, that Monday sit at home would end?
Yes, now I think it will. Kanu has his own measures and he has his own followers that can influence issues. I believe if he is released today, most likely to stop sit at home, because I think my own opinion is that releasing Kanu will definitely stop this.
Well, some persons don't believe that, because even IPOB themselves have said that they have stopped, calling on people, to sit at home on, Mondays, that it is not from them. And then they have also said in some quarters that it's only when Anambra Kanu goes to court that sit at home happens. So then you wonder, really, where is this sit at home order coming from?
For sit at home in southeastern Nigeria is incarceration of Nnamdi Kanu. So I don't see any other reason that will continue. Sit at home will continue if the man is released. The only thing, it may not be abrupt stop, but gradually it will stop. It will phase out. While when he's released, gradually this problem will just phase out without people knowing it. But the major reason for starting to sit at home is the incarceration of Nnamdi Kanu. So if he releases today, then what will be the reason to continue? I don't think it will continue. But it may not stop immediately. But as time goes on, it will just fizzle out.
All right. So let's talk about the build-up to the 2025 gubernatorial elections. What's the mood like? I know that the campaigns haven't started just yet, but we've seen INEC release some notes, and they're saying that by June 5, that the final names will be posted. They have just posted some names, and they have asked the public to go and scrutinize the documents that have been sent by these candidates across 16 political parties. And they are saying that by June 5, the final lists, if nothing happens between now and then, the final list of the flag bearers will be published so that we can finally get to set out for these particular elections. What's the mood like? Are Namberians looking forward to these particular elections, and to what extent?
Yes. Politicians are silently mobilizing support. They are working very hard, most of them, especially the three major parties, the Labour Party, APGA, and the AAC. The candidates are mobilizing support, lobbying for people to join them. And I believe that everywhere is calm, no noise, but a lot of works are going on the ground.
So if a lot of works are going on the ground, I know that you are also someone who analyzes politics very well. Where's the pendulum swinging? I mean, so many persons have said that the current administration has performed below par, maybe because they expected someone who has come from a background of finance as the CBN governor. I mean, they would have expected something a lot more than what they have seen. But so many persons have said that he has performed below par. Is that the mindset of most people in Anambra State?
He has a very great advantage as a person, as an incumbent governor. He has a very great advantage. But politics is not mathematics. Issues can crop up and things can change. The thing is not mere mathematics. Anything can happen between now and November, and a lot of things will change. His performance seems appreciated by so many people, and a lot of people find fault in his own mode of administration. Nobody will say he will just have an easy winning. It cannot be that. A lot of us may not support his kind of administration and his achievements, considering his pedigree. All I know is that campaigns are going on, mobilizations are on, sentiments and whooping of knowledge and whatever things that makes people vote are all going on now. Nobody knows what will happen from now to November. But all I know is there will be a peaceful election in Anambra State and the winner will emerge.
Let's talk about the influence of Peter Obi in this election. Do you think he will play any significant role?
He will play if crisis in Labour will allow him to stand by the candidate. He will. People like Peter so much. People like Peter because of his achievements and his method of politicking. He is a modern man. He has one kind unique form of approach to administration and leadership, which is enduring to the people. People like him a lot because of his style of leadership. But the crisis in Labour, if they don't finally solve this problem, if they don't finally stop this problem, solve this finally, it will affect us completely. But with total resolution of Labour's problem, Peter's influence will count a lot.
So many people also think that his influence will be predicated on a vendetta rather than actual influence, given that Soludo did not support him in 2023, and so because he didn't support him, he wrote several letters, and so it's about time to pay him in his own coin. Do you think so?
No. Peter is a very neat, he's a liberal man. He may not bother so much about antagonizing anybody or paying back anybody for not supporting him, because his main election is coming on 2027. He's a liberal man. He doesn't antagonize in any form. He's a modern politician that everybody hears for. Everybody wants to have him around him. And what I don't know is what will happen if he decides to fight the power that be in Anambra, because that may as well affect his own side. But all I know is he will stand by his own party. He will not stand by Labour Party's candidate. Oh, that's all I know. Except anything change. This politics of the politics, you don't determine what will happen, because crisis in Labour Party is shaking Labour anywhere. It's shaking it beyond what you can imagine. Crisis in Labour Party. I thought by now there should be reconciliation between Barrister Bure and the other faction of Labour Party. but as it stands now, things getting worse and worse. Just in Lagos State, conflicts here and there, who will be the candidate? While Senator Namadi and co packaging their own candidates, Zabura and co are packaging theirs. This kind of conflict doesn't help election. It will end up a lot of people losing their chances of winning. But let's hope the Anambra case will not be the same. I don't know. Let me see. I've not discussed with Peter recently. But let me assume that he will put his weight in Anambra to resolve what is happening.
Do you see him moving from one local government to another to campaign for the candidates of the Labour Party in Anambra State?
The central thing is Labour coming together. As soon as Labour comes together and accepts their candidate in Anambra, they will campaign vigorously like others.
Are you saying the Labour Party in Anambra State hasn't accepted its candidate?
The entire Labour Party in Anambra State accepts Chief Dr. George Mwala as their candidate. But the influence of national accounts, this is a generic campaign, influence of national accounts as well. We need everybody on board. We need everybody to come together to help.
How would the national influence count?
National influence, that's where Peter will come in. Assuming they are one indivisible party, Abure will be here in Anambra. Peter and his Oti will be here in Anambra, and they will give both moral support and financial support. Election is not done by one man. It's not even sponsored by one man. People come together to help somebody to win an election. So that's what I believe we have.
That's great. That's really wonderful. But again, recently, of course, when the president visited Anambra State, there was this declaration made by... Can you hear me?
Okay, go ahead.
When the president visited Anambra State, there was a comment that the governor made. So many persons read a lot of meanings to that comment. The comment is, of course, the fact that ABGA supports and realigns its mandates to adopt the president for the 2027 election. Do you think that that comment was more of fear-mongering from the governor, giving that he doesn't want to be rigged out, or you think that based on what he has said, that ABGA has always supported the government at the center, like he mentioned, that he's just trying to reinvent the wheel in order to, save face?
Definitely, our governor wants to desire his second term at all costs. Any area the help will come for him to realize his second, to achieve his aim. You will definitely give it attention. He's saying, as a leader of APOGA, he can, say the stand of his party. That does not influence the entire Anambra to like Tinubu. You can be hungry and enjoying partnership with the person that makes you hungry. The pressure on people are so much, so there's no way his alliance with Tinubu will help him in Anambra State, except if things change from now to 2027. If anything doesn't change, if things stand this way, I wonder what what he will achieve in election here, because most people are not happy with what the nature of the economy we have here.
But how do you think that ABGA, the party members in ABGA in Anambra, received that comment endorsing Tinubu for 2027?
No, that is a personal opinion. Just believe that politicians don't win an election. What wins election is voters. What wins election is voters. Politicians can have their way because they are pursuing their personal interests. The masses win an election. You can imagine the percentage of real politicians is less than 10%. So you are winning all the politicians in Anambra means you won less than 10% of the votes in Anambra State. So whatever stand of the politician can be personal interest, can be whatever thing they think they are. That does not make the entire Anambra State go the same direction.
So you feel that even his comments doesn't really resonate around the party faithfuls whom he may be counting upon in order to do him well in 2020 in this particular November elections?
He made similar comments when in 2023 when we were doing general election in 2023, presidential election in 2023. He stood behind Atiku, and his party his members of his own family voted P2B. So his opinion does not change anything. People have their individual opinions and stand. They are very. We have matured voters in Anambra State. So people know what they want and they go for it. So no opinion of the governor does not change the opinion of others. If Tinubu stands election in Anambra today, he won't get up to 10% of votes in Anambra. Whether Absoludo marries Tinubu or not, it does not influence anything. I know our people; they are matured voters. So you don't just woo an Igbo man easily like that. He knows what he wants.
All right. Anyways, we would keep engaging these issues because they're actually very important to us. We're already counting down to that elections that is built for November 8th, 2025. And we hope that we could reach out to you at any time in order for you to give us updates on what's going on.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
By the grace of God, there will be very peaceful and free election in 2025.
Indeed.
Anambra people are very peace-loving people. They don't throw in their life for elections and their leadership positions. They only follow their conviction, follow their desire, and that will still happen in 2025. By November, you'll see it happen. The election will come and go, the winner will emerge.
All right. On the final note, I just wanted to answer in one line. Has Soludo's popularity dwindled since the last time he took over office in 2021 compared to now?
Sorry, please repeat what you said.
Has his popularity, the current governor, has it dwindled?
People are rating him fairly high. People are rating him fairly high. The people, good politicians, know his lapses, and they are capitalizing on them. So let's see what will happen before November. If he maintains his tempo and move on with it and doesn't fall back, maybe have a bit easier ride. But we don't determine what will happen by November now because a lot of things can come up.
Indeed. Alex Emeka EJINDU, many thanks for your time. We truly appreciate your insight.
Thank you, my brother.
Signature TV, news in your pocket.